So yeah, so first of all, what we will do now is we saw in the previous workshop that there was a issue, or you can say there was an error in the game, and I will just show you again. So the basically the error was with respect to the background. There were two background. We set the code such that one background will be like this, second will be like this, and they will keep switching. Like when one background will come approximately up to the middle, then second one will go to the top, and again when second one will come up to the middle, then again the first one will go to the top. And this was the coding for that. So basically, if I talk about the logic, okay, I already explained the logic to you in the previous workshop. So if I talk about the logic of this part, logic is absolutely correct. There was no issue in the logic part, okay, in the code part, everything was absolutely correct. But there is a glitch from the platform side itself, and I already told this part to you. So what I checked, what I explored in this part here is, see, background's velocity right now is 3 and 3. Okay, background velocity, like velocity of first background is 3 and velocity of second background is 3. You can see. But if I will change the number slightly, like if I change it to 4, if I change it to 5, or if I decrease it 2 or 1, if I put any number other than 3, then it will work completely fine. I will just show you. Okay, let me just put a 4 just for an example, and I will run the game. Okay, now we will see the issue is still there or not. Now you can see the issue is not there. One background, then second, then third, then fourth. Like two backgrounds are continuously swapping. Okay, and it gives you a illusion that both of them are moving together downwards. That means there is no issue with the code. Okay, if you understood the code part, if you understood the logic part, that's great. So now next thing what you need to do is just change the number. Okay, change the velocity value. You can put any number, you can put 10, let's say, if you want to like keep it fast. If you want to keep it slow, you can put 2, 1, any number, but just not 3. And I don't have a specific reason for that, it's a glitch from the platform side. Okay, if anyone is lagging behind, or if any concept is not clear to you, you can ask it again. And Nishti, here is your chance. If anything like if you have any doubt, you can ask in this workshop. Okay, or we will just keep a doubt session as well. So after changing the value 4 4 for the velocity of background, it is in line number 3 and line number 6. Okay, so now next thing what you will do is, okay, so we did till now, and I will just give you a very small recap. So what we did is, first of all, we added first background by making variable, by setting animation, by setting velocity. Then we use the second background, same procedure by adding variable, by adding animation, all of that. Third is we added one rocket, okay, by using same procedure. Then we added one planet and we named it as P1. With the same procedure, we made a variable named as P1. Then we set the planet 1 animation in that variable. We put the scale, that means size of that planet, and we put downwards velocity. Downwards velocity, okay? 3. Similarly, we will just make second planet, we will make third planet, and the coordinates of their position is random. Okay, like it's not mandatory you put the same coordinates. Okay? Whatever, like however you want to place them, it's your choice. This is fourth planet, this is fifth planet. I put two planets visible in the starting. Okay, these P1 and P2, these two planets are visible from the starting. But from the beginning, P3, P4, and P5 planet is not visible. Okay, they will visible later. Okay, they will visible later on, but from the beginning of the game, they will not visible. That's why I set P1 dot velocity is equals to false for these three planets. Okay, then this is done. Okay, then what I did is I want to add the I want to add few functions in the rocket, so that if I press the right, left, top, down any button, then it should move accordingly. So what I want is I want that whenever I press a button, the rocket should move in the up direction with 20 units. Now this is just an example. If you can change the units as well, it will just shift with 20 units and it will stop there. Similarly, if I press down, it will come down with 20 units, left, right. And we used this key down function for this part. Okay. And I already told you this concept, like rocket dot y is equals to rocket dot y minus 20. Okay. If we go up vertically, the coordinates keep decreasing. Why? Because 0 is in the top and 400 is in the bottom. So if we go up, the coordinates keep decreasing. That's why we did it like minus 20. Similarly, if we come down, the coordinates keep increasing in the downward side. That's why we put positive 20. Similarly, if I go left, the coordinates keep decreasing as we approach towards the 0. That's why I put negative, and for the right, I put positive. Okay. Okay. Next thing, what I need to do is I want to add the sound, so that if I go up, right, left, down, anywhere, I want to play a sound. Okay. So go to the world section and take this one, play sound. So this is a function that let me play any sound that I want. Okay. So what I will do now is I am adding it here inside the if block. Now why I am adding inside the if block? Why? Because if I press the down button, then this sound should play it, right? That's why I'm putting it here. Similarly, I want the sound to play like whenever I press right, left, top, down. You can see there is some kind of. I will just zoom in. Yeah, you can see here something like sound and default is written here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to select the sound. Okay, in the previous workshop, I like you saw that there is an animation library here. Okay, there is animation library here. Whatever animation that you want to add, you can add it from here. Similarly, there is a sound library as well, or you can say music library, anything. Okay, in that library there are multiple number of sounds, and you can choose any ones on that you want. So for choosing that sound, what you need to do is click on this down arrow, and you can see a choose is written here. Just click on it, and it will lead you to this sound library. Okay, so what you need to do is after adding this play sound here, click on this down arrow, click choose. Okay, it will lead you to sound library. Then you can search any sound. You can search like collect. Let's say collect. If I put collect here, then it will give you a lot of options. Okay, so you can just click on this button, and you can hear the sound, and if you find it suitable, then you can add it. Okay, so I will just add this one. Okay, and it's your choice. You can add any sound that you want. I will select this one, and I will click on the choose. Okay, similarly, I need to choose for all of them. You can choose a different sound as well. Like now, for the second time, you can choose a different sound as well. It's not mandatory to choose the same sound, but I will choose the same sound. It's your choice. Similarly, now I will again write collect. And last one, right. Okay, so for now what we did is there is a rocket is moving according to like whatever the key I will press. The sound is also coming, and the background is moving towards the down direction, and it's completely fine. Now next thing is you can see that we added 5 planets, but for now there are only 2. Okay, why there are only 2? Because we put other 3 planets visible as a false. That's why they are not visible. So here what we will do is Here we need to set the planet so that if one planet comes approximately towards the down direction, or I can say if one planet comes approximately towards the end of the screen, then suddenly second planet should come from the top. Okay, I will just say it again. What I want next is, if one planet comes down, it comes near approximately to end of the screen, okay, then second planet should automatically come from the top direction. Similarly, when this will come towards the down, like towards the bottom side, then again next planet should come from the top, and this should keep moving. Okay, so now what we need to do is we will put if for this situation, and we will put condition inside it. Okay, so what I want is, this is my planet 1. Okay, this okay, I will show you. This purple one is my first planet. I want that when the first planet comes towards the down direction, then second planet should come from the top. So what I will do, I will add if condition, and I will say that I will put equal to equal to equal to equal to means it's a comparison operator. I'm comparing two values, that two values are equal to each other or not. So what I will do right now is I will write that p1 dot y. P1 dot y means if planet 1's y position is equals to, let's say if I put 380. 380 is approximately here. Okay, 380 is approximately here. If I draw a line, if you are able to see, 380 is approximately here. Okay, so what I will say that if the planet will approximately reach to this, okay, I will just change the color. Yeah, so 380 is approximately here. Okay, it's approximately near to end of the screen. So I will say that okay, the planet is coming from here. Okay, the planet is coming from here, it is coming down. I will say that when planet will reach at this coordinate 380 or 370, any value, then suddenly another planet should arise from the top direction. Okay, so that's why I am saying that if p1's y position is equals to 380, then another planet should come from the top. Okay, so what I will do, I will choose another planet, and it's random, you can choose any other planet. For now I am choosing p4. Okay, let's say I'm choosing p4. So p4 dot y, the y position of planet 4 should become 0. That's when it will come from the top direction, right? So if p1 will reach approximately to the end of the screen, planet 4 will come from the top direction. Let's see, it will come from top direction or not. Okay, it's not coming from the top direction. Can anyone tell me what's the reason? Like, planet 4 should come from the top, I have put it. Yeah. Yes, exactly. See, that's what I told you, that right now other three planets P3, P4, P5 are not visible, because it is like P4 dot visible false, P5 dot visible false. So now here we need to set it visible as a true, so that it will come from the top as well as it should be visible. Okay, so P4 dot visible equals to true. That's it. Now see, if this purple one will comes approximately, okay, now see the fourth one is coming from the top. So it's random, like you can set any other value as well. If you put 350, let's say if you put 350, 350 is approximately here. See, uh, this one is coming from the top. Now just repeat the steps for all the planets. That's it. Now I will choose p2. So when p2 dot y, okay, okay, I need to put equal to operator first. So what I will do, yeah, if p2 dot y is equals to I can say 380, then I want a P5, P3, okay, let's say P3. Like it's random, okay, there is no fixed rule for it. I want the P3 should come from the top, and P3 is also not visible right now, so we need to make it visible. So I will set it like P3 dot visible equals to true. Okay. Now I will just repeat the step, then we will check. And if concept is not clear to you, you can ask it again. And let's say if P3 dot y comes approximately near to 350, okay, then I want that P1 should again come from the top. And see, P1 is already visible, right? We didn't put visible false for the P1. That's why we don't need to set P1 dot visible equals to true here. Why? Because P1 and P2, these two planets are already visible from the beginning. Okay, so we will not set it for that. And then two are remaining here. So now I will choose P4. So if P4 dot wise approximately comes near to 370, I can say, or I can just change the value as well, like 300. Okay. Then I want I want the P4 should come from the top. Okay. P4. I already put the P4. I will choose P5 right now. Okay. P5 dot y equals to 0, and we need to set it visible as a true as well. So P5 dot visible true. Okay, and last one is there. Last one is P5. So if P5 comes near to end of the screen, I will directly write it here. P5 dot y equals to 340. Then what I want, I will choose. Okay, I will choose P2. Okay, right now I will choose P2. That P2 should come from the top. So P2 dot y should come from the top, and P2 is already visible. So I will not set it visible as a true. Okay. Now I will check it's working or not. And there might be a few problems with the animation, so you can slightly shift you can slightly shift the coordinates x y. You can explore. Okay, you can just change the values and see what is happening, what is not happening. Okay, and see, like other ones are taking a lot of time, so what you can do is you can change the values right now. Okay, and so what I will do, let me see which one is coming. Okay, okay, this one is. See, so yeah. See, so it's obvious, na, Joshua. Like I don't think so. There is a issue with that, because see, the sound effect is for few seconds. Let's say for 2 seconds. Okay, but whenever, if you will keep pressing the right button or the left button, the sound will keep, like, it is obvious, I guess, right? So if you will press it just for once, sound is perfectly fine. There is no issue with the sound. And we will check. Yeah, we will just slightly change the values and we will see. If I put it 200. Okay. So see, actually, it's fine. You can just explore it. Like you can just change the values, coordinates of other parts. And this purple one is. I will just check what is the name. Okay, Planet 5. If Planet 5. Okay, this P2. I need to check for this one. Yeah, what I will do now is I will slightly change the value of p. Okay, okay, p5 is 200 and 200. See, don't put any planet in middle of the screen. It will create a trouble. Okay, what I will do now is I will slightly change. So what I will do, I can put any negative value, right? Why negative value? See, this is my screen, and if I talk about the y-axis is starting from 0 in the top. Okay, y-axis is starting from 0 in the top, and y-axis is ending at 400 in the bottom. Okay, if I want my planet to come from the top and from outside the screen, so can I choose a negative value? Because if I go in more top, then what will happen? It will start values like -1, -2, -3, like that. Okay, so what I want is I want that one planet should come from very far. Okay, it should come from very far from the screen in the top side. So I will set the y-axis of this planet any negative value, and that's your choice. Okay, that's your choice. So let's say if I put 500 -500. Okay, I guess it's. I guess you understood that why I'm putting negative here, because I want it to appear from outside the screen. Okay. Okay. So now what you will do is, and you can keep changing the values here. If I, let's say if I put it 1000, and this P5 is, okay. This is my planet 5. So it's your choice. You can change the value. You can put the P for negative as well. If you put it if you put it 500, not double negative, and if I put this one 0, let's see. Okay, so it's taking a lot of time, it's not even coming downwards. Okay, so you can change the values, right? So see, the planets position, the way they are coming down, they are appearing and not, it's all depends upon the coordinates, and coordinates are not a fixed value. So it's your, like, it's your responsibility to change the coordinates and see that in which manner the planets are coming towards the down direction. Okay, I will change this value. Now what we will move forward, we will not spend that much time on it, because see, now I change the coordinate. Now the planets are coming in some other manner. Okay, so code is fine. Now we will move forward. Next thing is our game over. Game over means, see, right now if rocket is touching the planet, nothing is happening. So yeah, exactly, and I will ask this to all of you, like if you want to show your project. Okay, because we will showcase your project as well in our social media websites and all other parts. So okay, so for now we will just try to complete this part first. Okay, so what I was saying, that now we will complete a part in which if rocket will touch any of the planets, then what will happen, there will be a game over condition. So what I want is that there should be an animation name as game over. It should be visible on top of the screen. Okay, and I want that nothing else on the screen. Like I want that there shouldn't be the rocket, there shouldn't be the planet. I want that if there will be a game over condition, then only a game over should be written on the screen. Okay, so what we will do is we will see, is there any animation for this part. If you will come to this animation section, you will see that there is a game over animation here. Okay, I have already added this for you. So what we will do now is, this is a normal animation and we will add it as usual. We will make a variable for it. Okay, you can add it here like this. You can like, the steps will be same. You can give it any name. I will name it as game over. And okay, and I will set the animation game over text. This is the name of the animation, and I will see how it's looking. Okay, so it's looking great, but I can scale it down slightly. Okay, I will just decrease the size of it slightly. I will put 0.8. Let's see. Okay, 0.8 is perfectly fine. And the position is also perfectly fine, that it is in middle of the screen, okay, due to this coordinate 200 and 200. Okay, but the main problem is, see, what's the main problem? Main problem is it is visible from beginning of the game. See, the issue is I want that whenever rocket will touch any of the planet, then only in that situation it should be visible. But here you can see that it is visible from beginning of the game. So what I want is from beginning of the game it should not be visible. Okay? And later on it will be visible. So it's the same thing that we did with the planets. I will set the visible as a false. Okay. So what I will do now is I will put game over dot visible equals to false. So initially it will not be visible, okay? Initially it will not be visible. And now we will set a condition inside the function draw. We will set a condition inside the function draw that if rocket touch any of the planet, then this will be visible, okay? So whenever you want to check any condition, we need if, okay? We need if for that. So we will put if block here. Okay. Now, here is a small concept, and that is known as OR condition. There are two things, AND condition, and other one is OR condition. So, I will just show you OR condition, like OR condition, and the symbol of this condition is this one, okay? Like you can say parallel lines or something. And second thing is AND condition, okay? AND condition. And the way to represent this condition is this, okay, like this is just a symbol to represent it. This is a symbol to represent OR condition, and this is a symbol to represent AND condition. Now what is the meaning of these two parts? Okay, now see, I want that if the rocket touch planet 1, and or I can say that if the rocket touch planet 2, or if the rocket touch planet 3, or if the rocket touch planet 4, or if the rocket touch planet 5. So, if rocket touch any of the planet, there should be a game over. Okay. See, there is a part of or here. Please try to understand it. I'm saying that if rocket touch any of the 5 planets, that means I can also say in other words that if rocket touch planet 1, or if rocket touch planet 2, or if rocket touch planet 3, like that. Okay, so here I am setting a condition that if rocket touch any of the planet 1, 2, 3, or 5, any of that, the one, then there should be a game over. So here I will use this or condition. So what I can do, like in other way, I can set a if condition that if rocket touch planet 1, then I can take another if for second planet. I can take another if for third planet. So instead of adding if block for all 5 planets, I will add them together and I will just put or condition between them. Okay, so it will apply for all the planets. Similarly, and means, let's say the planet touch, let's say I want that if the planet touch all the 5, if the sorry, if the rocket touch all the 5 planets, then only there should be game over, otherwise there should not be game over. Okay, I will repeat that. Let's suppose I want that if the rocket touch all of the 5 planets, then only there should be a game over, otherwise there should not be a game over. Then I will use and condition. Why and condition? Because it is applying in all the planets. Then that when rocket will touch all the planets, that means if rocket will touch planet 1, and rocket will touch planet 2, and rocket will touch planet 3, and rocket will touch planet 4, and rocket will touch planet 5, then there will be game over. Okay, so this is the basic difference between both of them. And if still it's not clear, you can just tag us in the WhatsApp, and there also we can explain it to you again. Okay, so now what we do is we will take or, okay, or, and the symbol is double parallel lines. You can go to the math section and you can see this one here. See, it is written or boolean operator. So boolean and all, you don't need to worry about that. But this is the function that we will use. put it here. Okay, and we have five planets. See, right now it is creating two spaces for me, but I need more spaces. Why? Because I'm not just talking about one planet, I'm talking about for all the five planets. So what I will do is I will take it again. I will add it in second space like this. What I did is, I will show you again. I will take this or from here, I will add it in the second space, if you can see. Okay, then it's also not enough. I will add it again. I will tell you, you need to have total five of them. Okay, you need to have, so right now you can see there are three, and I need to add two more. So just keep adding in the last like space like this. Now you can see there are five. See, this is first one, this is second one, this is third one, this is fourth one, and this is fifth one. Okay, so five or condition for five planets. Okay, now the condition is, if rocket touch planet. Okay, rocket touch planet. So this touch, like you can see, this touch is our main condition. We already have something in our sprite section for this one. If you will go to the sprite section, this is touching, this is touching is there. Take this is touching and put it in the first space. Please, like, please watch it very carefully where you need to put it. Put it in the first space. Put it in the first space. Now, see, just try to understand what is written here is, it is saying that sprite means animation, is touching target. Now there are two things. Okay, it is saying that in one place, animation is touching target. So we need to give it two values. First, we need to mention that what is the animation, and we need to mention the target. That like whatever, what is the target animation, that animation will touch. Okay, so animation name is rocket. Rocket will touch the planet. So planets are the target here, and our animation name is rocket. So rocket is touching T1. T1 is our planet one. Similarly, we need to do the same steps for all the planets. If rocket is touching P1, rocket is touching P2, rocket is touching P3, and okay, I guess. See, now we need to add two more, and the space is three. So, like, it's a common sense that if we need to add two more and the space is three, then you can just remove one. Okay, I have removed one from the last part. Okay, I have removed one. So I will just add it in this next white space like this. And don't worry, we will provide the code as well. Okay. So, like, just do it for now, because if you don't do this along with us, then you will not be able to understand from the code as well. Okay. So that's why now is touching. Okay, so I need to, just a second. I will just decrease in size slightly. Now I will add it in the last. Okay, I will change the name. Okay, that is touching and P5. Okay, so if, now see, the condition is, if rocket is touching P1, or if rocket is touching P2, or rocket is touching P3, or means if rocket is touching any of them, let's say any one of them, then there should be a game over. So now that, uh, what happened? Okay, okay, just a second. It automatically refreshed the page. I didn't do anything. Yeah, this is, yeah, this was the code. Okay, so what we will do is, I just want to display that game over animation on the screen. So I will again take that one, sprite dot visible. The name of the animation is game over in my case. It can be another name for in your case, and I will make it visible by setting it as a true. Okay, so I will just run. Let's say if I touch, yeah, see that is happening here. Nothing is happening. Okay. See, the game over is okay. Please have a look. This might be an error for you as well. See, after certain point, it is saying game over, even though it didn't touch any of the planet. So, okay, so now see what is happening here is I will just demonstrate it here. This is my screen. Let's say I'm making it here. Okay. This is my rocket. It is starting from bottom of the screen. This was my first planet. Okay, in this area. This was my second planet, and they are moving towards the round direction. When the rocket reaches at this area, and there is no planet here, but still it is showing game over. So that means actually there is a planet. No, but now you will ask, ma'am, no, there is no rocket. We can see there is just a blank like background. There is no planet, but actually there is a planet. Now I will tell you. Let's say this is my P1. Okay, this is my P1. It is visible. We already know. This is my P2. It is visible. But we know that from beginning of the game, P3, P4 and P5 are not visible. Okay, we set visible as a false, right? So basically visible means they are in the game. Okay, try to understand this. Visible means it doesn't make the animations send outside the screen. Animations are there on the screen. It's just that they are not visible. That means the planet is there. Okay, the planet is there. It's just that it's not visible. Okay, so that's why when the rocket will reach at this point, it will touch that planet and it will show game over. And that's why I was saying that do not place any planet in middle of the screen. Why? Because you will put the planet in middle of the screen, automatically rocket will touch the planet, also planet will not be visible, so it will create a trouble in the game. So if you will just remove the planet from middle of the screen, and if you will place them slightly towards the slightly towards the right direction or the left direction, then even though it will not be visible, but it will not create any trouble because rocket will go like this. It will visible, like it will come, it can come towards the down direction on the screen from, like it can come in this manner or in this manner here, but just don't put it exactly in middle of the screen, otherwise this will happen. So what I need to do is I need to check that there might be one planet that is approximately in middle of the screen, and I need to change the x-axis of it. Why x-axis? Because whenever you want to change the position of any animation in right direction or in the left direction, you need to change the x-axis. Why? Because this is my x-axis. It starts from 0 here. I already told you x-axis is horizontal, so I will change the coordinate of x-axis. So let's see which planet is creating a trouble for us. 150, 320, 80. Okay, P1, P2, it's very clear. P1, P2 cannot create a trouble for us because they are visible. These three planets, we need to change the. Okay, what? Yeah, that's what I just explained it to you. What I will do is I will slightly change the value here. Let's see this will work or not. Otherwise, I will change the x-axis of other planets. Okay, it's not working. Now see, what I will do is 150 is approximately 150. Yeah, I guess this 150 is creating problem because 150 is very close to. Please ignore the background noise. Okay, so see, 150 is very close to middle of the screen. That's why 150 means this P5 is somewhere around middle of the screen. I will shift it. I will put 120 and let's see. If I put, okay, still it's creating problem. 320, let's check 320. Where is 320? 320 cannot create a problem for us. 80, 80 also cannot create a problem for us. I will change this value. Or if I change it to, Let's say for now I'm placing it 350. Okay, see, the issue is resolved. Why? Because this 350 is 350, because of 350 the p5 is now towards right side, and that's why it's not. You can see the this is p5, this pink one is 3 p5, and I put 350, so now it's towards the right direction, but it is like it is very in the right direction, so you can just decrease the value. You can keep it. If I keep it 300, let's see. Yeah, 300 is great. You can also, like, if you want to make it quite harder, if you want to make it quite harder, so what you can do is you can keep it 280. So 280 is very close to the rocket. So what you need to do is, if you don't want the rocket, okay, so it's creating a problem. So see, it's just a matter of coordinates, and there is no fixed coordinates. You need to check it. You need to change the position and all, and see which coordinate fits the best here. See, 290 is fine, and I need to shift the rocket slightly like this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I will just touch any planet and let's see. The game over is visible. Okay. See, another planet is here. Yeah. See, one more thing. One more thing. I will change the position. Yeah, I can change this one. Um, any value, like let's say if I keep it 70. I will check the game over is working or not. Game over is working. But see, I told you that I want that whenever the game is over, I want that rocket should stop, or I can say rocket should disappear and planet should disappear. But see, still the planets are coming down, still the rocket is visible. So I want that when the game is over, nothing should be visible on the screen. Only the background should be visible and this game over should be visible. So what I will do next is I will destroy all the animations here. What I will do is when rocket will touch any of the planet, then what I will do, I will destroy all the other animations. So you can go to the sprite section and destroy. If you will go to the bottom of the screen, you can see destroy here. Put it here. First of all, I want to destroy the rocket, so I will put rocket or destroy. I want my planet one to get destroyed. If rock see this is the condition. If rocket is touching any of the planet, then this should happen. What should happen? First of all, game over. Text should be visible. Rocket should get destroyed. First planet should get destroyed. Similarly, P2 should get destroyed. Similarly, P3 should get destroyed like that. P4 should get destroyed and P5 should get destroyed. Okay. So now I will reset and run, and let's see if I touch it. Okay, see, if I touch it, nothing is visible. The difference between visible equals to false, visible equals to, like, if you put false here, so visible equals to false, disappear the animation from the screen. Okay, so animation are not like no longer visible on the screen, and destroy also make it disappear from the screen. But difference is visible equals to false means animation will be there on the screen. Let's say this is my screen and this is animation. Okay, this is like, let's say this is planet. If I put visible equals to false, then planet will be there in the same place, in the same exact coordinate, but it will not be visible to us. That's it. Okay, but if I destroy it, then it will be destroyed completely from the game. It will be totally vanished. It will not, it cannot be recovered. Okay, we cannot make it visible later on in the game. It will be completely destroyed from the game. Okay, so that's the difference between both of them. So now, okay, this much is correct. Now we will move forward. Game over part is done. You can also add a sound. Okay, it's your choice. Let's say if you want to add a sound for the game over or something, it's your choice. Now we will move forward. Now only one thing is remaining, and that is score. Okay, only the score part is remaining, and it is a matter of few lines of code. Then it will be completed totally. Yeah, so I was saying that only the score part is remaining. So what I want is, I want that score should be equal to the total time, or I can say the total number of seconds for which I was there in the game. Okay, so what I want is, there should be a timer. I can say there should be some kind of timer, okay, in the back end, and that timer should start at the moment when I will start the game. Okay, and it will end, or I can say the timer will stop at the moment when I will stop the game, or when there will be a game over. Okay, so let's say I am playing the game and I am there in the game for 10 seconds. Then timer will tell me that okay, you were there for 10 seconds, and I want that this should be my score. So if I was there for 10 seconds in the game, my score should be 10. If I was there in the game for 5 minutes, sorry, 5 seconds, then my score should be equals to 5, like that. Okay, so that means the moment I will start playing the game, the score should start, and it should start like one, two, three. That's how the timer also keep upgrading, like, right? So like 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, like that. So score should equals to that, and it should also keep increasing like that: one, two, three, and four. Okay. So now what I will do is, I will put a condition here, and before putting the condition here, I will tell you a concept of variable. Okay, Misty, please try to understand this. I already told you what is the actual usage of variable. Variable is basically a box, and we use it if we want to store something inside it. Now let's say I want to represent a score. So I need a variable for it. What I will do, I will first of all put the score, like total number, one, two, three, whatever it is. I will take it and I will put that score inside the box, inside the variable. Then I will display it wherever I want to display it. Okay. So to put a score, and or I can say to put a value in any box, we need a variable here. So we will make a variable, and this variable is not connected with the animation. Okay, so for making this variable, we will not use this one. We will use this part, this variable section, you can see in the toolbox. And you need to make a new variable here. So you can click on this first one, you can take this first one here. Here the steps are same. You need to give some name to the variable. So I will name it as score here. Okay, so I will put score here. This is my variable name, and score should start from 0. It's obvious that here we need to give it some value, or I can say a starting value. So starting value of score should be 0. So score will start from 0. So I will put 0 here. I made a variable, that is score here. Okay, and I want that this score should be equals to my timing or timer. Okay, now where we will get this timer or something like that. Okay, so we have a function for it in our world section. This function calculates the total number of time, and it gives you the output. Okay, and it keeps increasing like 1 second, 2 second, like that. So if you will come down, you will see this one, world dot seconds. This world dot second is a function that will tell me that okay, you were there for this much of seconds. It tells me the total number of seconds for which you were there. Okay, and I want it to be equal to the score. So what I will do now is, I will go to the variable section. I will take this third one. I will put it here inside the function draw. Okay, inside the function draw. Why? Because this is something that should keep increasing. Okay, so I will just put it here. I will put score equals to what? World dot second. So whatever the value, whatever the output world dot second will give, that will be equals to my score. So I will put 1 dot seconds here. Okay, 1 dot seconds. Okay, so but still score will not be visible. Why? Because we need a text for it. So simply what we need next is we need a text to put the score on the screen. Then only it will be visible. So we will go to the drawing section. We will take this text, put it here. Inside the text, I will write score. Okay? Blood score. Also, I don't want it as a text. I want it as a simple value. So what I do next is I will remove these double quotations from here. Okay, you can remove. This is okay. You can remove these double quotations. Yes. So I will add a score here, and what I did next is I removed the double quotations from here. See, there was double quotations there, but I removed it, and I will add like some colors as well. So I will take this one, uh, fill. Yeah, this one, this second one. Put it above the text. Okay, this is important. Put it above the text because why? Because first of all, we choose the color, we choose the text size and all. Then we choose the exact text that we want to display. So I will choose the color as yellow. Then text size here. I will change the text size as well. I will keep it 20. So for score, 40, I will reset and run. Okay, see what's happening here. What's happening here? Nothing is visible. We created that. See, if I put that as well. See, can you see it on the screen? Score equals to wall dot second. Yeah. If you like, you can see I have added it. So you also need to add it here. But now what I do is I will put this draw sprite above it. Okay, I will see. It's working now. Okay, it's not working now. Just a second. I guess there is some other issue. I will for now. For now, I'm just removing it. See, there is a platform issue. Okay, so yeah. So I will just reload it. Yeah, now it's coming. Now it's coming. And okay, I need to add the text and all everything again. So I will add that part again. I will remove the double quotation from here. Okay, but see, the score is still not there. So now next thing what I will do is I will take this draw sprite and I will put it here. Actually, the score is there. Okay, the score is there. It is increasing. It is also there. Okay, like the part, or I can say the value is there on the screen. It is increasing 1, 2, 3 like that. It's just that it's not visible on the screen. Why? Because right now the score is behind the background. Okay, like you can see the background is kind of sheet or something, and the text is behind the background. That's why it's not visible. So keep it like on top of background, keep it above. What I will do is I will put take the draw sprite and I will put it above the text. Okay, now you can see the size is very small, so I will increase the size. Yeah. Yes, you can see now the score is increasing like 4, 5, 6, 7 like that. But One more thing. I will just touch the planet and let's see. So if I touch this planet, game over. See, game over is written, but can you see the score is still increasing? 24, 25, 26, like that. That means there is no condition here. There should be a condition that score will be there only when the rocket is moving, and score should not be there when rocket will touch the planet. This is the condition that I need to put. Okay. So what I will do is I will make a new variable for just for this condition, and the variable name will be hit. Okay. This hit variable will tell me the actual current situation means there can be two situation. First situation is the rocket is moving completely fine and it didn't touch any of the planet. This is first condition. Second condition can be the planet touch, the rocket touch some planet. Okay. So hit will tell me that rocket touched any planet or not, yes or no, true or false. Okay. So I will put hit here, and I need to give it some initial value, right? So initially, I will assume that the rocket didn't touch any of the planet. So I will put it false. Okay? False. So initial value. And now I will set a condition that if this hit, if this rocket touched the planet, then I will say that okay, the rocket hit the planet, and I will set the hit value as true. I will change the value and I will set it as true. So what I will do is I will take this third one. Yeah, I cannot set it here. I can set it in this part, in this if block. Inside this if block, it is saying that if rocket is touching any of the planet, then hit will become true. So I will take this one. Hit equals to okay, like that. But still nothing will happen because we need to set a condition that if hit is not equals to true, or I can say if hit is false, then there should be a score. Otherwise the score will not be visible on the screen. So I will take if block from here. I will put it like this below the draw sprite, and I will say that if hit is equals to false, that means still the rocket is there, still the game is continue, then the score should also be visible. So if hit is equals to true, score should be visible. I will take all these parts from here. No, sorry. It's false. It's false. Yeah, it's false. If hit is equals to false, that means still the game is going on. Then the text should be there. The text size, fill, everything will be there. Let's check. Okay, see, that's the main thing. If I put hit equals to false, then that means game is continue, then only score is visible. And once this is a homework for you, and obviously it's not mandatory to do so, but it will be great if you do few things. Now first homework is you need to revise the basic concepts that I told you in this game. Okay. Second is you need to pick one programming language. Only the one programming language is enough, and then you need to learn the basic concepts of it, start learning and start exploring what are the parts, what are the application of that language and all. And third is you need to make one 2D game on your own. Okay. So these these three are some points, or you can say it's a kind of homework for you. If you will do this homework, it will be great for you. Okay. But just I will just tell you one more thing. We need to add something in the game. Yeah. So in the same game, next condition that you need to add here is that is winning condition. Right now there is a game over condition, but there should be some winning condition as well. So winning condition means, let's say you put a condition such that if the score that is increasing right now, if this score becomes 50, if like I am playing the game and increasing by keep increasing, the score becomes equals to the 50, then All these animations should get destroyed, and you win kind of animation should be visible on the screen. Is this clear?